Hey everyone, and welcome back. So today's video is really kind of an addition onto my previous Fallout 4 video, which was beginner tips in the sanctuary. And it really was focused on resource hoarding. And I mentioned in there how it can help you level up in the beginning of the game. And I want to expound upon that so you can really see what I meant by that. This video is going to show you how by using those tips from the previous video, you can gain a quick 2 or more levels at the very beginning of the game with little to no effort. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump in and I'll show you how it's done. All right, everyone. So like I said, you want to basically go around and scrap as much of the town as you can. And for this method to work the best, you want to prioritize scrapping anything that's steel, but really you can just go around and scrap everything. Washing machines, dryers, refrigerators, that sort of thing. Any of the ruined houses you definitely want to do. Any of the ruined automobiles, go ahead and do that. Really, anything and then some is what you are going to want to scrap that you can get steel out of. And usually I like to run around and scrap everything that I can up until I get to about 1,000 steel. And then I start my method after I do that to level up. So we are, right now to start, we are currently level 4. And we currently have 647 steel. So we still are a little bit ways away from having all of the steel to start. So we're just running around and grabbing all of that. And by doing this, you're going to be able to build and you're going to be able to level up at least 2 levels when you are first starting out, possibly more depending on where you are when you first start. Now, if you are already a little bit higher, maybe like level 8 or something, when you start this, you still can level up and it will help you gain experience. You just won't level up quite as fast. I'm just checking to see all the stuff that I've grabbed. And I like to grab everything and just scrap it all, clean up the town as much as I can. And I just try to do this as quick as possible to get going. And you can see it doesn't really take very long. Just quickly run around and scrap things. And I do just want to say, though, if you are going ahead and go scrapping, make sure that you go through the items and you pick up anything that you want to, pick up first and or go through first. Because if you scrap all the dressers, like you'll see in this case, it left the money that is here, but a lot of the items, they're not going to just fall out of the dressers. So you're definitely going to want to go ahead and make sure you go through all the items first before you start scrapping everything. So okay, so here's that. This is something I usually pick up and I move to the beginning. You saw that in my last video. Right. So here we go, just cleaning up the town. Super easy to do. Doesn't really take any time at all. And now we have a lot more resources. Whoops. Okay. And you'll see we're up to 767 steel, so we're getting close. I think I already scrapped this whole house. Right, I'm getting close. So I want to make sure you get all these cabinets, really anything in here. You're not going to use this stuff. It's really just for show. So if you want to keep some of it, obviously feel free to keep it. But for me, it's more important to just have it to level up with. And again, I just scrap everything so I can get any gears, rubber, resources, whatever I need if I do want to create stuff later on. I think I picked this one clean pretty good already. All right, we're at 809. Which is probably enough, but let me just make sure I'm not missing anything obvious. I think I got all of these. Okay. Can't take any of this. So, I do just want to point this comic that you have here. This is in your first house in the very beginning of the game. So you definitely want to pick that up. That is a skill book. I don't want to do it yet because I plan to do a video for where they are later. There's also this, your special. So you do want to pick that up as well. All right, we're at 840. All right. So I'm just cruising along back here. I just wanted to show you back here where I was talking about where you can get the free chem station in the last video. So it's right here. So if you wanted to pick it up and move it, obviously you just select A and you just drag it back to your house. You could also choose to scrap it if you want to, but I recommend just moving it. And this is where I got the fire pit from. ammo in there. All right, so take those. All right, so we're at 867, which honestly is probably good enough. Usually I go through and clean up just a little bit more, but for the sake of this video, I think we probably have enough to show you. Hello, pick up. Okay. So you got all that. And really, you just want to go to any area that's kind of wide open just to make it easier for you. Okay, got all those. Almost done here, and then we can start the next step. Again, I'm just picking all this up to get the resources. We're at 931, so I'd say that's close enough to 1,000 for the video, but if you keep going around the town, you can definitely get over 1,000. All right, so once you're done with that, and now you basically have to start building. And so what you're going to want to do is, I personally find it easiest to build cages, but you can really build whatever you want. But I personally pick the cages because it only takes one material. It only takes 6 steel to build it. And so then you just go ahead and you start building. And I just go in the open way. And again, we started off as level 4. And you can see how fast we're gaining experience just from doing this. And when Carla's not in the way, it's a little easier. And you see we're almost at level 5. And there we go. So now we just reached level 5. So what's great though is now that we've built all these, we can scrap them and you get half of your material back. And it didn't take any time to get to level 5. We leveled up so fast. So we're going to scrap all of these. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to build again. And we're going to repeat this process until we run out of steel. And I just go down the walkway like this because, again, it's super easy to do. And look at that. We're almost halfway. Normally I wouldn't go out quite so far. I'd pick them up and be a little slower, but for the sake of the video, I'm just kind of turboing through it for you. Then we're going to scrap all of them again. Apparently there's some sort of storm and we're going to get some radiation, but that's okay. And the nice thing is you don't have to just do cages. You can do other things and use other materials to level up quickly. I just find that in the beginning of the game, this is really great to do because obviously the faster that you level up, the more experience points that you have or skill points. And then you can go ahead and, pick whichever abilities that you want with those skill points. And obviously the higher level you are, the easier it is to fight enemies. So it's just a really fast way to level up. And look at that. And just like that, we're already 2 levels higher at the very beginning of the game, and we didn't have to do anything. All we had to do was literally just go ahead and make some cages. Go ahead and scrap the town, I guess, and make some cages. And now we're going to scrap these cages, and we're going to just keep leveling up, like I said, until we run out of resources. Might as well do this while we're at it. And again, this method works great because it takes 6 to make, but you get 3 back when you scrap it. So it's just a really fast way to just gain 2 or 3 levels in the beginning of the game for not really doing much of anything. Take you about maybe 20 minutes total if you're kind of slow and running around and scrapping slowly and then building slowly. But you could do it faster, especially if you've already cleaned up the town. All right, and we're just gonna, again, we're gonna keep doing the same process. And then I'm just spamming out the cages. Here we go. Scrap, scrap, scrap. All right, we just run around and just pick everything up. I'm not sure why the screen was showing that we were getting rid of things. Since we're just scrapping cages here, I'm not really sure what that was about, but okay. Maybe it was just catching up to what I was using to steal from. Who knows? But scrap. All right, everyone. So as you see, super easy, super fast. You just run around the sanctuary. You scrap everything that you can find, especially all of the steel that you can find. And it's going to give you 2.5 levels quickly if you're only a level 4. If you're slightly higher level, like level 6 or 7, then you're only going to get 2 levels. But as you can see, it was super fast. And leveling up in the beginning of the game is going to be so important and helpful because it's going to give you the ability to fight your enemies better, and you're going to have more points so that you can put them in whatever skills that you want. So anyway, I hope this video helped you, and we'll see you again next time.